Kennedy Nzechukwu and Karl Roberson in the light heavyweight division. Karl Roberson, 9 wins, 5 losses, not doing too good. Got submitted by Marvin Vettori, got submitted by Brendan Allen, got knocked out by Khalil Roundtree. I mean, this dude just keeps on getting finished over and over and over again. He has not had a good run in the UFC, but finally he's getting another guy who's also kind of on a little bit of a losing streak, but that kind of has been the case his last two with Brendan Allen and Khalil Roundtree, but this seems like a winner-go-home scenario. The loser of this fight, off to Bellator, off to PFL, to win the $1 million, whatever the case may be. Well, let's talk advantages, disadvantages, where these guys are going to win. Karl, I mean, honestly, not a lot of people like to think of him as being a really, really good striker or anything like that, but he's pretty decent on the feet, in my opinion. He actually rocked Glover Teixeira in their fight on the feet, looked very, very good in doing so. Had the better striking against Roman Kopylov, took the fight down as well. I mean, he's legit in the striking. He just never really shows it because usually he's looking to eventually, get the fight to the ground, look for the submission and things like that. But for this fight with Kennedy and Nzechukwu, Karl needs to just put on some heavy pressure. High guard, defend the big hooks of Kennedy and Nzechukwu, close that distance, and mix in the wrestling and grappling. When I originally saw the fight, I mean, looking at the 3 last losses of Karl Roberson, I was like, Kennedy's taller, he's lengthier, he's a little bit younger. I bet the UFC probably wants him to win, whatever the case may be. My original prediction was going to be like Kennedy and Nzechukwu going out there, landing some big shots, knocking out Karl Roberson, but I've been thinking about it a little bit. I think Roberson's going to actually keep the fight very, very even on the feet. Keep it dead even. Land some big shots on the feet. And then he's going to land some takedowns. Nick Negumereanu was actually losing the fight on the feet to Kennedy and Nzechukwu. And I personally think he lost that fight. I mean, I think Kennedy should have been rewarded with the win in that fight. But if the judges are giving Kennedy the win in that fight, giving Nick Negumereanu the win in that fight, I think Roberson can have success with closing the distance, landing shots up top, and then mixing in the takedowns. Because yes, Kennedy's going to land the better shots. He's taller, he's lengthier, but he kind of has a problem with heavy pressure early on in the fight, and then with the takedowns and the wrestling and things like that. So it's going to be close. I think we're going to see a close, 29-28 decision going either way. I mean, it could go Kennedy if he can defend the takedowns and land the harder shots. Very, very likely. I can 100% see that as an avenue to victory for Kennedy and Nzechukwu. But I think I'm going to go the underdog here. I think he is a slight underdog. I mean, it's a 50-50 on most, but some of them do have Karl Roberson as a very slight underdog. So I'm going to go Karl Roberson, this slight underdog by a 29-28 decision right there.